Hello everyone and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chase and Lulu's enemies to lovers story. Is a new pairing sizzling? General Hospital spoilers suggest that Harrison Chase and Lulu Spencer may be working on an enemies to lovers plot. Will Lulu and Chase form a new and exciting pairing in the future? Chase told Brooklyn Quartermain a few months back that he had a thing on Lulu when he first got to town. It was a strange confession that hinted at something more. Of course, Chase's former crush has long since moved on. The March 20th episode of General Hospital included some heated situations, including Chase warning Lulu to keep quiet about Dante Falconeri being the father of Brooklyn's baby. Chase also warned Lulu to stop pestering Brooklyn and threatened to jail her if she didn't listen. Lulu and Chase were forced into huge confrontation, but they were good scene partners and may have the possibility for the enemies to lovers scenario we discussed. Could Chase and Lulu eventually form a love relationship? Dante Falconeri will feel betrayed by everyone involved once the truth about his firstborn kid is revealed. It will undoubtedly leave Dante feeling as if someone should have stepped forward and told him everything. Brooklyn and Cody Bell will undoubtedly face blowback, but Chase and Lulu will not be immune. Chase is Dante's partner and close friend, therefore his quiet will irritate him much. Similarly, Lulu is Dante's ex yet still a buddy. Dante will always have a particular relationship with Lulu, and he will be disappointed in her for hiding such important information. It's easy to envision Chase and Lulu bonding over their regrets after Dante bashed them both. That could pave the path for Lulu and Chase to eventually bond over something else once the full truth is revealed. Dante may eventually see through Brooklyn's ruse, especially after they discover Giovanni Gio Palmieri is their son. Brooklyn, Dante, Gio, and even Rocco Falconeri must make up for missed time as they build a family unit. Chase may feel like an outsider once that happens, and Lulu may realize that her hope of reuniting with Dante is slipping away. One thing could lead to another, and Chase may eventually end up in bed with Lulu. Bottom line, the show established Chase's attraction to Lulu. The recent face-off sparks could pave the way for more sizzling sparks in the future, so we'll see how it all plays out. According to General Hospital spoilers, major love changes are on the way in Port Charles, so stay tuned for updates on any exciting developments. Jason says these 7 ominous words to Carly. Here is why she should listen. General Hospital rumors indicate that Jason Morgan may say 7 ominous things to Carly Spencer if she refuses to cooperate. Here's why Carly should heed Jason's warning, regardless of what her heart is telling her. Carly nearly died as a result of polonium poisoning, so Jason has legitimate concerns. Valentine Cassadine was after Jack Brennan, and accidentally put Carly in the hospital with that poisonous bottle of bubbly. If Carly hadn't been having a steamy night in Brennan's apartment, she could have avoided the close call. Jason is concerned about the possibility of more situations like this as long as Carly is connected to Brennan. Valentine also hinted that Brennan may still be operating the WSB in secret, which has Jason on edge and wanting him out of the picture as soon as possible. That's why Jason just told Carly that her relationship with Brennan was over. Jason is attempting to persuade Carly that her life is at jeopardy, and he will continue to advocate for a Brennan split in the March 24th episode. However, Carly has fallen hard at this time and does not blame Brennan for what happened. Carly will stress that Jason does not get to choose who she dates, and press him to recognize that she must make her own decisions. Jason will be furious that Carly isn't taking this threat seriously enough, but Carly's mind may already be made up. Carly will break down in tears and beg Jason not to leave her because of this. Carly will understand Jason's point of view on some level, but she may claim that Brennan can protect her now that Valentine has been arrested. Jason will be skeptical and will insist that Carly's affair with Brennan results in bad news. The more Carly stays with Brennan, the more chances she'll take. Jason may have to understand that Carly wants a future with Brennan, but he does not have to like it. In the end, Jason may tell Carly these 7 terrible words. You'll regret keeping Brennan in your life. Even if Carly avoids further danger, Jason may be convinced that Brennan's deception will shatter her heart. Brennan is from a secretive society, thus Jason may guess that Carly will soon face a nasty awakening. Because Brennan is concealing information regarding Cyrus Renault and Jocelyn Jack's new WSB job, Carly will undoubtedly confront some surprises that will affect the game sooner or later. According to General Hospital spoilers, Carly may regret she had listened to Jason when she is crushed down the road. So stay tuned for more information on what happens next in this plot. Jason forms an alliance with Valentine, but will he regret it? According to General Hospital spoilers, Jason Morgan's alliance with Valentine Cassadine is putting him in jeopardy. Valentine has been dropping some major truth bombs on Jason, beginning with his jaw-dropping theory. Jack Brennan, the so-called WSB Port Charles station chief, could be the puppet master controlling the entire organization. But that's just the appetizer. Valentine also revealed that Jack was ready to kill him, all out of vengeance for Carly Spencer's injury. Could Jack's affections for Carly be real? Jason is in deep now, but will his alliance with Valentine turn into a regret he can't shake? General Hospital spoilers. An enemy of my enemy is my friend. Valentine has been laying it all out for Jason, portraying Jack as more than just a local powerhouse. If he's correct, and Valentine is rarely wrong about these shady games, Jack is pulling strings at the top of the WSB, making him a greater threat than anyone thought. Jason is no stranger to power plays, but new information might change his entire game plan. Then there is the Carly twist. Valentine thinks Jack was gunning for him after Carly was hit, implying that Jack's heart may be beating for her in ways other than professional. Jason has his own history with his best friend, Carly, so this news hits near to home. Teaming up with Valentine to take down Jack makes reasonable. After all, he's my enemy, but the Cassadine aspect throws a wrench into the works. Spoilers say Anna could get in the way. Picture this. Jason and Valentine are two cold-blooded operators scheming in the shadows to bring down Jack's empire. Jason's strength and loyalty are the perfect fit for Valentine's cunning and insider knowledge. They could bring the WSB to its knees, exposing Jack and protecting Carly from whatever is going on within the federal agency. But Valentine is a Cassadine through and through, and trust is not their family credo. Will he double-cross Jason once Jack is gone, leaving stone cold with the bag? Sonny Corinthos, who is dubious of Valentine's motives, may intervene, while Anna Devane may become caught in the crossfire while attempting to defend her new friend Jason and her ex Valentine. General Hospital spoilers. Carly is more committed than ever. Will Jason come to regret this pact? If Valentine is playing a long game, or if Jack's feelings for Carly create a larger conflict, Jason might be burnt. The deeper he goes with Valentine, the more difficult it becomes to get out undamaged. Will this alliance save Carly and Port Charles, or will it backfire, leaving Jason to pick up the pieces? One thing is certain. She will not listen to him or anybody else expressing concerns about her new love interest. Will Jason be able to negotiate her deeply ingrained emotions in time to avoid being collateral damage in the next Jack attack? Brooke Lynn knows Lois has betrayed her. According to General Hospital spoilers, Brooke Lynn is aware that Lois has betrayed her, which is why she is currently unhappy with her mother. Continue reading below for everything you need to know. General Hospital spoilers. Brooke Lynn realizes Lois betrayed her. Brooke Lynn is undoubtedly in a lot of pain right now, but her mother Lois was simply confused about her when she discovered she was pregnant as a teen. She had to keep that secret from many people, including her daughter. However, Gloria was aware of the pregnancy and Gio the entire time. Brooke Lynn is pretty furious about the entire situation. However, many people wonder why she is acting as if everything is her mother's fault. It goes without saying that the internet is plenty with opinions on the subject. Some have even said, because she assumed the secret was between her and Lois. Now that she's discovered that her grandmother was aware the entire time, I'd be furious too. A decision can make sense and be hurtful at the same time. Another critic commented, "Yes, I would be disappointed, but I believe I would understand my mother's desire to confide in her mother as well." Brooke Lynn, in my opinion, is really upset. General Hospital spoilers. What's next for Brooke Lynn? She should save it for when she discovers the real truth about her son, who he is, where he is, and that is what her mom and grandma have really hid from her. There was also this comment. There's no reason why Lois would have to go and secretly tell Martin anything about her and Dante's son 21 years later. It's already shady. Brooke Lynn being told that Grandma Gloria knew all this time is suspicious. Lois would have told her daughter this years ago. But she didn't because the grandmother helped and schemed with Lois to keep Gio in their lives. It didn't matter what choice Brooke Lynn made, they was going to do whatever the hell they wanted to do back then. Of course, General Hospital fans will have to tune in every day to see what happens next. Chase and Lulu's enemies to lovers story new pairing sizzles? Introduction. The enemies to lovers trope is one of the most beloved and enduring storytelling devices in romance. It thrives on tension, conflict, and the slow burn of attraction that simmers beneath the surface before exploding into passion. When done right, this dynamic can make for some of the most compelling romantic arcs in fiction. Enter Chase and Lulu, a fresh, unexpected pairing that has fans buzzing. Whether they're characters in a TV show, book, or film, their chemistry is undeniable, and their journey from adversaries to lovers promises to be electric. But what makes their dynamic so captivating? Will their transition from enemies to lovers feel organic, or will it fizzle out before it truly ignites? This article delves into the potential of Chase and Lulu's enemies to lovers arc, exploring why this trope works, how their story could unfold, and whether their romance will truly sizzle or fall flat. Why the enemies to lovers trope works. Before diving into Chase and Lulu's dynamic, it's important to understand why the enemies to lovers trope is so effective. 1. High stakes and emotional tension. Enemies to lovers thrives on conflict. The initial animosity between characters creates a charged atmosphere where every interaction crackles with intensity. Unlike instant love scenarios, this trope builds anticipation, making the eventual romance more satisfying. 2. Character growth and vulnerability. For two people who despise each other to fall in love, they must undergo significant personal growth. Walls must come down, vulnerabilities must be exposed, and misunderstandings must be resolved. This emotional journey makes their love story richer and more rewarding. 3. The slow burn factor. One of the biggest draws of this trope is the slow burn, the gradual shift from hatred to reluctant respect, then to attraction and finally to love. The delayed gratification keeps audiences hooked, eagerly awaiting the moment when the characters finally give in to their feelings. 4. The thrill of forbidden love. There's something inherently thrilling about a romance that defies expectations. When two people who are supposed to hate each other instead fall in love, it feels rebellious and exhilarating. Given these elements, Chase and Lulu's story has all the ingredients for a gripping romance, if executed well. Analyzing Chase and Lulu's dynamic. To determine whether their enemies to lovers arc will succeed, we need to examine their personalities, their conflict, and the potential for romantic development. 1. Who are Chase and Lulu? Note: since this is a hypothetical pairing, the following is a general breakdown based on common character archetypes in enemies to lovers stories. Chase. A brooding, disciplined, and perhaps morally rigid individual. He may be a law enforcer, a soldier, or a rival in a high-stakes profession. He values order and control, which clashes with Lulu's free-spirited nature. Lulu. A fiery, independent, and unpredictable force of nature. She might be a rebel, a con artist, or simply someone who refuses to play by the rules. Her spontaneity and defiance drive Chase crazy, until it starts to intrigue him. 2. The source of their conflict. For their rivalry to feel authentic, their animosity must stem from more than just petty bickering. Possible sources of conflict. Professional rivalry. Competing for the same goal, a promotion, a heist, a championship. Moral opposition. One upholds the law, the other breaks it. Past betrayal. A history of deception or hurt that fuels their distrust. Miscommunication. They've misunderstood each other's motives from the start. 3. The turning point. When hate turns to attraction. The shift from enemies to lovers must feel earned. Key moments that could spark their romantic tension. Forced proximity. Stuck together in a dangerous or confined situation. Unexpected kindness. One saves the other, revealing a hidden vulnerability. Jealousy. Seeing the other with someone else stirs possessiveness. Shared vulnerability. A moment of emotional honesty breaks down their walls. Potential pitfalls and how to avoid them. Not all enemies to lovers stories succeed. Some common pitfalls that could derail Chase and Lulu's romance. 1. Lack of chemistry. If their banter feels forced or their attraction comes out of nowhere, the romance won't land. Solution. Build their chemistry through charged interactions. Heated arguments that linger just a little too long, lingering glances and reluctant teamwork. 2. Unresolved conflict. If their issues aren't properly addressed, their romance may feel unearned. Solution. Ensure their reconciliation is based on real growth and communication, not just physical attraction. 3. Rushing the romance. If they go from enemies to lovers too quickly, the payoff won't be satisfying. Solution. Let the tension simmer. Tease the audience with near misses and almost kisses before the final confession. 4. One-dimensional villainy. If one character is purely evil with no redeeming qualities, their redemption arc won't feel believable. Solution. Show their softer side early on, perhaps through interactions with a third party or a hidden act of kindness. How their love story could unfold. Here's a possible roadmap for Chase and Lulu's romance. Stage 1. Hostility and clashing ideals. They start as bitter rivals, constantly at odds. Their arguments are sharp, their insults biting, but there's an underlying fascination. Stage 2. Reluctant allies. Circumstances force them to work together. They begin to see each other's strengths, though neither will admit it. Stage 3. The first crack in the armor. A moment of vulnerability, injury, emotional breakdown, exposes their softer sides. They share a charged moment, almost a kiss, a lingering touch before pulling away. Stage 4. Denial and tension. They try to ignore their growing attraction, leading to jealousy or awkwardness. Their friends notice the tension before they do. Stage 5. The breaking point. A life or death situation forces them to confront their feelings. One finally confesses, leading to a passionate, long-awaited kiss. Stage 6. Happily ever after or not. They overcome their final obstacles and commit to each other. Or if the story demands tragedy, their love story ends in heartbreak, leaving fans devastated. Will their romance sizzle or fizzle? The success of Chase and Lulu's enemies to lovers arc depends on several factors. White heavy checkmark, strong writing. Their dialogue must crackle with wit and tension. White heavy checkmark, believable growth. Their change of heart must feel earned. White heavy checkmark, chemistry. The actors or narrative voice must sell their passion. White heavy checkmark, balanced conflict. Their issues should be deep enough to matter but resolvable enough for romance. If done right, their story could be one of the most memorable enemies to lovers arcs in recent fiction. If mishandled, it could fall into cliché or feel unsatisfying. Conclusion. A love worth rooting for. Chase and Lulu's enemies to lovers journey has all the makings of an iconic romance. Their clash of personalities, the simmering tension, and the potential for deep emotional growth create a narrative ripe with possibility. Whether their love story will truly sizzle depends on execution. But if the sparks seen so far are any indication, audiences are in for a thrilling, heart-pounding ride. One thing is certain. If Chase and Lulu do give in to their feelings, their love won't just burn, it will blaze. Jason says these 7 ominous words to Carly. Here's why she should listen. In the high-stakes world of insert show, book, or context, General Hospital, a thriller novel, etc., few words carry as much weight as a cryptic warning from a key character. When Jason utters these 7 ominous words to Carly, it's not just a passing remark. It's a harbinger of danger, betrayal, or a turning point in their relationship. But why should Carly listen? And what do these words truly mean? This article delves into the significance of Jason's warning, analyzing the implications behind his statement, the history between these two characters, and the potential fallout if Carly chooses to ignore him. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer to the story, understanding the gravity of this moment is crucial. 1. The 7 ominous words. What did Jason say? Before dissecting why Carly should heed Jason's warning, we need to establish what he actually said. While the exact phrasing may vary depending on the source material, let's assume the 7 words are, "You're playing with fire and you'll burn." This statement is loaded with meaning. It's a direct caution that Carly's current actions are leading her toward disaster. But what exactly is she doing that's so dangerous? Possible context. A risky business decision? If Carly is pushing forward with a deal that could backfire, Jason, often portrayed as a strategic thinker, recognizes the hidden threats. A personal betrayal? If Carly is keeping secrets or manipulating someone powerful, Jason may foresee retaliation. A dangerous alliance? If she's trusting the wrong person, Jason's warning could be about impending betrayal. Regardless of the specifics, the message is clear. Carly is on a dangerous path and Jason sees what she doesn't. 2. Why Jason's warning matters. Jason isn't the type to speak lightly. His words carry weight because he has insider knowledge. Jason often operates behind the scenes, privy to information others aren't. If he's warning Carly, it's because he knows something she doesn't. Perhaps an unseen enemy, a trap, or a looming threat. B. He's protective of Carly. Historically, Jason and Carly share a deep bond. Even when they're at odds, he has her best interests at heart. If he's speaking up now, it's because he genuinely fears for her safety. C. His predictions are usually right. Jason's track record for anticipating danger is strong. When he warns someone, it's rarely an overreaction. It's a calculated assessment. Ignoring him has led to disaster for others in the past. 3. The consequences of Carly ignoring Jason. If Carly dismisses Jason's warning, what could happen? Here are a few potential outcomes. She loses everything. If Carly is involved in a high-risk scheme, whether business, legal, or personal, Jason's warning suggests she's on the verge of a catastrophic loss. Ignoring him could mean financial ruin, legal consequences, or losing someone she loves. B. She's betrayed by someone close. Jason might know that someone Carly trusts is about to double-cross her. If she doesn't listen, she could walk right into a trap. C. She pushes Jason away. If Jason goes out of his way to warn her and she brushes him off, it could damage their relationship irreparably. He may decide not to intervene next time, even if she desperately needs him. 4. Historical precedents. When Carly should have listened. This isn't the first time Carly has been cautioned before disaster strikes. Looking back at past events. Example 1. When she ignored warnings about insert past storyline trusting Sonny's enemy. It led to insert consequence a near-fatal ambush. Example 2. When she dismissed concerns about insert another past plot point, the result was insert fallout losing custody of her child. Jason's ominous words fit a pattern, one Carly has suffered from before. 5. What should Carly do next? Instead of charging ahead, Carly should pause and reassess. What is she missing? If Jason sees danger, she needs to figure out where the real threat lies. Confront Jason for details. If he's vague, she should demand specifics. What does he know that she doesn't? Prepare for the worst. Even if she doesn't back down, she should have contingency plans in place. Consider the source. Jason doesn't exaggerate. If he's speaking up, she should take it seriously. 6. Fan theories. What could Jason really mean? Fans have speculated endlessly about the true meaning behind Jason's warning. Some theories include: Theory 1. He knows Carly's new ally is secretly working against her. Theory 2. He's uncovered a plot that could destroy her reputation. Jason Morgan is no stranger to high-stakes alliances, but his latest partnership with Valentine Cassadine could be one of his most dangerous yet. As Jason maneuvers through the complicated landscape of Port Charles, aligning himself with Valentine might seem like a strategic move, but it's one that could come with unforeseen consequences. The circumstances leading to the alliance. Valentine has always been a wild card in Port Charles. His methods are ruthless, his connections are vast, and his motivations are often shrouded in mystery. However, Jason's world is just as perilous, especially considering his history with Sonny Corinthos and the criminal underworld. When circumstances push Jason into a corner, whether it's a threat from a mutual enemy, legal troubles, or a power shift in the mob world, teaming up with Valentine may appear to be his best option. Perhaps a new adversary emerges in Port Charles, someone neither Jason nor Valentine can handle alone. It could be a powerful crime syndicate looking to take over Sonny's territory, a federal investigation that puts both men at risk, or even a rogue faction within the city's criminal element. Whatever the reason, Jason and Valentine recognize that working together increases their chances of survival and success. The pros of an alliance with Valentine. Valentine brings significant resources to the table. He's wealthy, connected, and highly intelligent. His influence spans both legal and illegal operations, giving Jason access to information and opportunities he might not have otherwise. Additionally, Valentine's ability to operate in the shadows and manipulate situations to his advantage could prove beneficial in dismantling their shared enemies. For Jason, who often prefers a more direct and action-oriented approach, Valentine's strategic mind could serve as a useful counterbalance. Valentine can anticipate moves, orchestrate complex plays, and leverage his international connections to keep them ahead of any threats. If the two work effectively together, they could become an unstoppable force. The cons and potential regrets. Despite the potential advantages, Jason has every reason to be wary of Valentine. Trust is a rare commodity in Port Charles, and Valentine has a history of betrayal, deception, and self-serving deals. Aligning with Valentine means putting faith in someone who has proven time and time again that he prioritizes his own interests above all else. If Valentine finds a better deal, will he turn on Jason? Moreover, Jason operates by a strict moral code, even when dealing in the gray areas of the law. Valentine, on the other hand, has no such qualms. He is willing to cross lines Jason might hesitate to step over, and this moral divide could create significant tension. If Valentine's methods become too extreme, Jason could find himself implicated in actions he cannot condone. There's also the question of loyalty. Jason has built a reputation on loyalty to those he considers family, particularly Sunny and Carly. If this alliance puts them at odds with Jason's longtime allies, it could create irreparable damage. Sunny, for one, may not approve of Jason working with Valentine, given their own complicated history. Carly, too, may see Valentine as an untrustworthy snake and question Jason's judgment. The role of Anna Devane and other key players. Another wrinkle in this alliance is Anna Devane. Valentine has a complicated history with Anna, and her involvement in any situation could influence how events unfold. Anna may attempt to warn Jason about Valentine's true nature, or even intervene if she sees the alliance as a danger to Port Charles. Similarly, figures like Laura Collins, Robert Scorpio, and even Nicholas Cassadine could have stakes in this partnership. Laura has long warned about Valentine's dangerous tendencies, and Robert, as a seasoned WSB agent, would see this alliance as a ticking time bomb. Nicholas, as Valentine's former adversary, might find himself caught in the middle, unsure whether to trust or sabotage their efforts. The fallout, betrayal, and consequences. It's almost inevitable that this alliance will not end smoothly. Jason and Valentine may achieve their shared goals initially, but the moment their interests diverge, cracks will form. Valentine could make a move that forces Jason to reconsider their partnership. Perhaps Valentine eliminates someone Jason swore to protect, or he manipulates a situation to his own benefit at Jason's expense. Jason's biggest regret could come from underestimating just how far Valentine is willing to go to get what he wants. Valentine doesn't believe in fair fights. He believes in winning. If Jason isn't prepared for the betrayals and power plays that come with aligning with someone like Valentine, he could find himself outmaneuvered. Furthermore, if Jason is pulled too deep into Valentine's world, he might end up on the wrong side of people he actually respects. A rift with Sunny, Carly, or even law enforcement figures like Jordan Ashford could put Jason in an impossible position, forcing him to choose between loyalty and survival. The final showdown. Given the volatile nature of both men, it's likely that their alliance will culminate in a final confrontation. Whether it's a physical battle, a chess match of wits, or an unexpected betrayal, the endgame will not be simple. If Jason is forced to eliminate Valentine to protect himself or those he cares about, it will be yet another burden added to his already heavy conscience. Alternatively, if Valentine makes the first move, Jason could be the one left scrambling, trying to undo the damage before it's too late. Either way, this alliance is not built to last. It's a temporary truce in a never-ending war for power and survival. Conclusion. Jason's decision to align with Valentine is a high-risk, high-reward strategy that could either solidify his dominance in Port Charles or become one of his greatest regrets. While Valentine's intelligence, resources, and influence make him a powerful ally, his history of deceit and self-preservation makes him a dangerous one. No matter how well their partnership begins, the question isn't if Jason will regret it, but when.